Montenegro's jaw-dropping natural landscapes really make it a place that is worth traveling to. We've been to Montenegro in May 2023 with two kids aged 2.5 and 5 years old. We were flying from Kraków, Poland by Ryanair, and the first thing that we did after we landed in Podgorica airport is renting a car. It is very cheap because we paid only 30 euros per day and 50 euros per car seat for the entire trip. So here are the best things to do in Montenegro with kids. Number 1. PERAST. PERAST is beautiful, clean, and is, without a doubt, one of the most beautiful places in Montenegro. It's also great to visit with kids because there is a small but well-maintained playground by the sea. There is also a fire station with huge fire trucks that our kids love. An important point to note is that PERAST is also car-free. This means that you will need to park on the outskirts of the town and then walk. This isn't a big deal because PERAST is stroller-friendly. It is a great break from the traffic. Number 2. SKADAR Lake. The lake is absolutely breathtaking. Obviously, everyone thinks so too. Luckily, you can choose to move away from the rush. To avoid the crowds, set navigation to traditional boat trip on SKADAR Lake with local fishermen. The private cruise for our family of 4 was just 40 euros for 1 hour. It was so good that we extended it to 2 hours and paid 70 euros. The kids loved it and we did too. Just remember to take some snacks because the kids may get hungry and a bit bored on the boat. Number 3. SVETI STEFAN. The island in SVETI STEFAN is one of the landmarks of Montenegro. It is closed to the public unless you have a hotel booked on the island. As of May 2023, the hotel was closed, but they plan on opening this year. SVETI STEFAN is still worth visiting to spend a day on the beach and stroll around the lovely and hilly town. Number 4. KOTOR. It is not a wonder that KOTOR is considered the most beautiful place in Montenegro. It's absolutely stunning. You can spend hours wandering around the old town and taking some Insta-worthy photos. The old town, surrounded by high cliffs, is a must-see. Unfortunately, KOTOR gets crowded and often traffic jams are a huge problem since most people travel by car. Apart from visiting the old town, other things that kids enjoy include visiting Cat Museum or Maritime Museum in KOTOR. Number 5. PETROVAC na MORU. We stayed in PETROVAC na MORU. The town is lovely with a nice beach, many restaurants and shops at the shore. This means that there is no shortage of places to visit and relax. The best part is if you want to take the cruise, the prices are very affordable. Renting a private taxi boat for our family of 4 was just 20 euros for 1 hour. Number 6. LIPA Cave. It is the only cave open to the public in Montenegro. It is important to note that you can visit it only at the scheduled time, so check the website first to see the current visiting times. Another thing that you should keep in mind is that it is quite cold and wet in the cave, so dress up. In order to reach the cave, you first have to ride a train to the cave and then walk for about 45 minutes. It is very easy, so kids of all ages can do it. Unfortunately, strollers are not allowed in the cave. Number 7. RICARDOVA GLAVA Beach in BUDVA. Visiting the beaches in Montenegro has to be part of your itinerary, if for no other reason than for the fact that kids love it. The RICARDOVA GLAVA Beach is quite unique because it's right next to the old town, so it's easily accessible. Visit Aquapark BUDVA if you are traveling in the summer. It has attractions even for the younger children, which is why it is popular. Number 8. PORTO, Montenegro. PORTO, Montenegro is the most western place in Montenegro. It has a lot of expensive shops and restaurants everywhere. Here you will find a large marina and you can see all the super yachts that are parked. Number 9. The BUDVA Beach Bar. The BUDVA Beach Bar is hands down the best place to relax in Montenegro. You need to spend 25 euros per person in the restaurants, kids are free, and you can enjoy the beautiful pool, sun chairs and towels. The panoramic views that it has to offer are really something that has to be seen to be believed. Plus, there are some fine dining experiences to be had there. You will even find live music and DJs on some days. The club transforms at night and gives you the nightclub vibes, which is pretty cool too. I want to end this video with giving you some useful info and tips for visiting Montenegro with kids. The first thing that you need to know is that there are not many facilities for kids in Montenegro. The country has almost no playgrounds. This is in reference to both indoor and outdoor playgrounds. When it comes to indoor playgrounds, there are some in the capital city Podgorica. Outdoor playgrounds are available in some other places, but most of them are old and small. The best one that we saw was in PERAST. Another hurdle that you will find is the lack of baby changing stations. This makes it extremely difficult if you are traveling with a baby or a very young child. On the other hand, high chairs are available whenever required, which is a major relief. The best way to get around Montenegro is renting a car. The downside when it comes to driving in Montenegro is that there is only one main road. As can be imagined, this means that traffic jam is a big problem. On a side note, another problem that you will notice that the country faces is in relation to garbage disposal. Despite the gorgeous natural landscapes, the streets and beaches are not often clean enough. Another thing that is worth knowing is that there are many cats in Montenegro. You will see a lot of wild cats roaming around the country. The locals love their cats and they are tied into many of the local folklore. This is especially true in KOTOR. Montenegro is not a part of the European Union. Despite this, the currency used is the euro. When it comes to budgeting for your trip, know that the country is cheaper than Croatia, so you know exactly what to expect. Last but not least, we visited Montenegro in May and it rained every single day. The weather can be pretty unpredictable, so check the forecast before your trip. Ensure that you pack waterproof clothes if necessary. We were lucky that we did it because it saved our trip and we were able to spend a good deal of our time outdoors, even though it was rather wet weather. So this is it. We believe Montenegro is a great place to visit with kids. From rugged mountains to gorgeous sandy beaches, from medieval towns to the fortified town of Kotor, Montenegro has it all.